for joining us today for this joyous occasion. My name is Demetrius House, and I'll be doing your welcome. We also will have an invocation by Dr. Lawson. We'll have opening remarks from Dr. Briggs and Ms. LaShawna McKinnis. Then we'll have the introduction of our coach by Deputy Director of Athletics, Mr. Robert Raines. And then we'll have the Mike Davis address. We have a brief Q&A period, and then we'll have remarks from our mayors that are in attendance today, and then we'll have closing remarks from our athletic director. I'll start out with our welcome. On behalf of Mississippi Valley State University Athletics, welcome to today's introductory press conference as we officially introduce our newly named head men's basketball coach, Coach Mike Davis. We're grateful to have our university leadership, athletic staff, coaches, student athletes, alumni, media, and the Delta Devil supporters with us for this special occasion. Today marks an exciting new chapter for MVSU men's basketball. Coach Davis brings proven leadership, experience, and winning tradition to the Valley. And we look forward to the impact that he will have on our student athletes and our program. Thank you all for being here and your continued support of Mississippi Valley State Athletics. Now we have Dr. Lawson. One more thing, I'm sorry. Could everyone please silence your cell phones? There we go.
All right. Good afternoon. Will you please join me in a word of prayer? Gracious God, we thank you for this new day and this new chapter. Coach Mike Davis and his family, the men's basketball program at Mississippi Valley State. Lord, your word tells us that in all our ways that we would acknowledge you, God, that you would direct our path. So we begin our time today, Lord, acknowledging you. We pray for wisdom, for strength, unity, and vision for Coach Davis as he begins this journey. Bless the student athletes, the staff, the administration, alumni, and supporters who will walk alongside Coach. May this program be marked not only by success on the court, but by integrity, discipline, growth, and purpose. Let this season bring renewed hope to the Valley and excitement to the Valley community. We pray all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus, who is the greatest. Let every heart that believes say it with me. Amen.
Amen. And now we'll have opening remarks by President Briggs.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As I always thought, it's a beautiful day to be where? On the campus of Mississippi Valley State University. And today is a great day. To Coach Davis and his wife, welcome to the Valley family. We really appreciate you joining us. We know that this is going to be a tremendous path going forward. And we are wanting to make sure that you hear we're going to support you 1,000%. You know, as we continue to build a university through athletics, through academics, through all of those things, opportunities like this together is just so important. Really, when we talk about the passion that we have as a university for athletics, we want to make sure that also we have that passion for our students completing and graduating, and really moving themselves forward, the university forward, and all of those things, which really is just so important as an institution of higher learning. So we are just so thankful for today. As I said, we're really looking forward to your leadership, your guidance, and all that really is going to continue to build and grow the university and the men's basketball program going forward, and athletics as a whole, because it's going to take all of us here in this room, all of those that will see this on TV, to understand that we have to support our institutions, we have to support our athletic department, our athletic teams, but most importantly, we have to support our students, giving them the opportunity to compete athletically, but giving them that opportunity to also earn that degree from Mississippi Valley State University. So I'm just so thankful for everyone here today. I see some very familiar and wonderful faces. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great path forward when we talk about the university being in motion. You know, there are examples of motion that I always speak to. This is one of those great examples of the university continuing to be in motion. And as I said, we look forward to your progress. So welcome and thank you all for being here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. My name is LaShawna McInnes, and I am the 24th president of the Mvsu National Alumni Association, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to extend warm greetings on behalf of the thousands of proud alumni of this great institution. Today is an exciting day for our university as we continue to build upon the legacy that is deeply rooted in excellence, resilience, and achievement. Mississippi Valley State University has a rich and storied tradition in men's basketball, one that has been marked by championship performances, conference success, and a culture of perseverance and pride. Valley basketball has long been known for its competitive spirit and its ability to develop student athletes who rise to the occasion. Coach Davis, you are stepping into a program with a proud past and a promising future. This is a place where grit, discipline, and determination define success, where young men are challenged to grow not only as athletes, but as leaders. We are confident that your leadership, experience, and vision will honor our tradition while elevating our program to new heights. As president of the NAA, I want you to know that you have the full support of a passionate and committed alumni base. We stand ready to give up our time, our talents, and our treasures to uplift our student athletes and to ensure that Mississippi Valley State men's basketball continues to be a source of pride for generations to come. This moment presents more than a coaching transition. It is a reaffirmation of our commitment to excellence, our belief in opportunity, and our dedication to legacy. We are excited about what lies ahead. Please accept a gift as a token of our support. Coach Davis and his beautiful wife, who's also a teacher like me, welcome to the family. Thank you.
And now we'll have the introduction of Coach Davis by Deputy AD, Mr. Robert Range.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Mississippi Valley State University Department of Athletics, I would like to welcome you to today's introductory press conference as we officially introduce the next leader of our men's basketball program, Coach Mike Davis. Today is an exciting day for MVSU athletics, our student athletes, our alumni, our friends, and the entire Valley community. Coach Davis brings a proven record of leadership, experience, and success to Itta Bena. His coaching career includes more than 35 years on the sideline, 24 years as head coach, 14 postseason appearances, and 9 NCAA tournament appearances. Throughout his career, Coach Davis has led programs at Indiana University, the University of Alabama, Birmingham, Texas Southern University, and the University of Detroit, Mercy. He guided Indiana to the 2002 NCAA National Championship game and a Big Ten regular season title. He also earned Conference USA Coach of the Year honors at UAB and was named SWAC Coach of the Year 3 times during his tenure at Texas Southern University. Beyond the wins and accolades, Coach Davis understands what it takes to build a program, develop young men, and compete at the championship level. His experience, his vision, and commitment to student-athlete success align with the direction and mission of Mississippi Valley State University athletics. We are proud to welcome Coach Davis and his family to the Delta Devils family, and we look forward to the future of MVSU men's basketball under his leadership. At this time, would you please join me in welcoming our new head men's basketball coach here at Mississippi Valley State University, Coach Mike Davis.
One, two, three.
I'm scared to put the hat on because I know if it's fitting. Dr. Ray was introducing me. All I remember was 35 years, and that's like a long time. And like I just started coaching yesterday, but I'm so excited to be here. The first thing I want to do, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity. But I really want to thank God for giving me this opportunity. All the time people thank God and just move on real quick, but what He's done for me and my family has just been unbelievable. My journey as a basketball coach, it's been good. We won and we lost. So I know what winning looked like, and I know what losing looked like. I know what they both look like. But God has been just amazing. And my wife is here. We do a family prayer every night, FaceTime. I have a son that lives in Sacramento, and I have a son that lives in Houston. And my wife, she spent a lot of time with her mom in Texas. So we started a FaceTime every night. Best thing I ever done in my life because I'm 65 years old now. And so my wife, she's always doing the scriptures all the time. And I hate to say this, but I never heard of fruit of the Spirit before until she started, doing the scriptures. I'm like, man, where I've been? The fruit of the Spirit make you just, you live by that and nothing ever bothers you. You get right back on track. If you're off track, you get right back on track. I'm like, why did I not know about the fruit of the Spirit? And so I just thank God for this. And every night I end my prayer with, help us to love you more than anything in the world. And now I cut the help out. Now I say, God, we love you more than anything in the world. And sometimes, it may sound like church at the beginning, but I just want to let you know that I'm so grateful. I'm so excited about being here as your head coach. My first head job was Indiana. And normally you don't start with your first job in Indiana. Normally you start up below and then go up. I was wondering why God punished me, and I said punished me because I was the first black head coach at Indiana, and so I followed Bob Knight, who was one of the greatest coaches of all time when it comes to basketball. But what God was showing me was, I want you to see what it looked like, and I'm gonna put you where I want you to be at some point. And I was in Indiana, UAB, and then I went to Texas Southern. And everybody was like, why Texas Southern? They asked me that question, why Texas Southern? And I didn't know. I said, why not Texas Southern? Instead of saying, this is where God put me. And when God put you somewhere, it's going to work out. Yes. You won't fail as long as you live by the fruit of the Spirit. It's going to work out. And but when you chase something that He don't want you to chase, it's not going to work out for you. And so I had a really good record at Texas Southern. We went to 4 NCAA tournaments out of the 5 years that we was there, and 1 year we won the league, but we ended up going to the NIT. And so my record in the conference tournament was 13-1. And what other signs showing you that that's where God put you? And my wife and I, we had a big old house in Birmingham, and we had an apartment in Houston, and I went chasing the money somewhere else, and I left where God wanted me to be. And God showed me that this is not where I want you to be. I went to Detroit University. I love Detroit. I love the people there. That's just my youngest son. He's an all-time leading three-point in the history of college basketball, and he's 3 points away from being an all-time leading scorer in college basketball. And they would let us play the last game so he could break Pistol Pete's record. And so that kind of took a lot out of me that year. I kind of lost a lot as a coach, to be honest with you, and that wasn't fair really in Detroit. Robert Bowles is the AD there, and I love Robert Bowles. We are really, really, really good friends. And so I got out of coaching. My wife and I were really having a good time. together, kind of walking around the park. I got a food truck, and we was gonna go in the business, and I didn't want to coach anymore. And I get a call from Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
Wow. Getting that call from Penny Hardaway was another blessing. And God was putting me where He wanted me to be again. And Coach, I just want you to be a consultant. I want you to come up and work with my coaches and teach them, show them what coaches supposed to do and how they're supposed to act. And I was an assistant coach for about a night, so I understand what you're supposed to do as a basketball coach. So I went there and I got out the car. And they had an assistant chief of staff, the white boy was there. And I got out, I was limping. He said, I know what that is. He said, you need hip surgery. And so I limped around for 2 years with Coach Hardaway. I just had hip surgery April 22nd, so my hip is better than it's ever been. I feel like I'm about 25 years old. Like Dr. Ray said, 35 years. But now I work for Coach Hardaway and being able to be around greatness. When you see it and you understand what it takes to be great, and when you see it firsthand, it makes sense to you. And you start to appreciate it. Coach Hardaway has a great basketball mind. First year there, we won a conference league, we won a conference tournament, we went to the NCAA tournament, and we had a point guard named Tyrese Hunter. If Tyrese doesn't get hurt, we probably win some games in the NCAA tournament. That's not where God wanted me to be. That's not where He wanted me to be. And I remember one night we was praying, and out of nowhere, I said, God, let me be a head coach again. I just want to walk the sideline. I want to impact lives, and I want to lead the team to another NCAA tournament, be my fourth school to go to the NCAA tournament. Wherever you put me, that's where I want to be. And so my wife, she was excited. My boys been excited. My oldest son, Mike Davis Jr., I said, I have one son that can really shoot. I have one son, mine is really good. And my oldest son, his mind is way above mine when it comes to basketball and just life and conversations that we have. And so they was happy again that I wanted to be a head coach. And unfortunately, this year we didn't win at Memphis. But the reason being, I saw the reason that we didn't win, and I know why we didn't win. And when this job came open, I called house. I try to get a friend of mine to get in touch with Dr. Gaston because this is where I wanted to be. When people say, why Mississippi Valley, I wanted to come here. I wanted to be here. So we talked on the phone. We had supposed to be a Zoom, but the picture didn't come, so no one saw me. And I'm glad they did. Another blessing about God because I was really nervous interviewing for a job. When you interview for a job, you never know. You may say one thing that may say, "Well, we don't know about Coach Davis," and so I was like, maybe that's a blessing. They don't see me. I'm a low-key guy. I don't wear coats. I don't wear ties. I don't wear suits. And I think I almost gave Dr. Garrison a heart attack when I came down to meet Brother Briggs, and I had a sweatsuit on. And she was like, hey, I got to get you a coat. I got to get you a coat. But it was great. I appreciate both of them for giving me this opportunity to lead your program. And I'm so... we probably have more questions and answers than me speaking, but I'm so excited to be here. I woke up this morning about 2 o'clock this morning. The first day of school, I'm not sure who ever experienced the first day of school. No one never have to wake you up the first day of school. You get excited, right? And I remember my youngest son one time, was first day of school, he was so excited. He went to bed at 10, he woke up at 11, it's time. He woke up at 12, it's time. He woke up at 1. And so I felt that way this morning. I woke up at 2 o'clock and I was like, man. So I was like, I'm ready to go. So I cut my own hair. I went in, I cut my hair, I stayed. My wife thought she had a new husband when she walked in. But I'm really excited. I can't wait to put a team on the floor. And I'm here in a situation, and my oldest son said, Dad, great things come from small places. And when he said that to me, I was like, wow. I'm from a small town. A lot of the great places in this world, they train in small places. But I need full cooperation. And this year working with Coach Hardaway, like I said, as brilliant as coach is as a basketball coach, you got to have full cooperation from your team. Every basketball team in every conference, you have non-negotiables. And non-negotiables is something that you have to stick with. You have to understand non-negotiables. But when you have basketball players, employees that's trying to negotiate non-negotiables, it's not going to work out. So every player I bring here, I want to coach a good team. I want to coach good people. I want to coach players that want their teammates' success just as much as they want their own success. That's a real team. And it's only going to be out of 355 teams in college basketball, it's probably going to be 6 or 7 real basketball teams that put the team first, work hard. It doesn't matter if they start, doesn't start, no matter what position they play, it's all about the team. And not just on the basketball court. It's in the classroom. Don't be selfish and not go to class. Don't be selfish and go to the classroom and build your cell phone. I want to coach a team that everybody in this room can be proud of, that we can impact their lives. The one thing Coach Hardaway used to always do, if we have practice at 9 o'clock, he wants players there at 7. And I said, wow, Coach, you teach them life lessons. He said, what you mean, Coach? I said, any job that you arrive an hour or two ahead of time, and they know you're serious about their job. So the players that we had, the first year understood being 2 hours early. The next team didn't understand it and kept fighting. I want a team here that want to be here early and they want to work hard, and they're not down about losing the game to Baylor. They should be more down about not practicing hard and giving it all on the practice court, because the two things that matter in the SWAC is the league championship and the conference tournament championship. Those are the two things. And it's my job as a coach, and I love the way the tournament is set up. We won't be able to sit here in this room and watch Selection Sunday. But House and I watch a lot of Selection Sunday when they're picking us to go to the NCAA tournament. But that's my goal, is try to get this team to the NCAA tournament and win the conference championship. And they're so looking forward to it. We got about 6 commitments. I can't name the names, but how is it to have 6 guys commit to your school and never visit your school? That's a beautiful thing. That tells me that they want to be here. And that's what you guys want. That's what I want to coach, because when you have guys that want to be in your program and they want to be here, when they get down, they get right back there. I had a player last year, we coached last year, and I said, fruits of the spirit. I keep saying fruits of the spirit. I keep saying full cooperation. He texted me, Coach Dave, fruits of the spirit. That made me feel so good, because he understands. And no matter what problem it is, and the self-control is probably the biggest one, but he understands that if you continue to live by the fruits of the spirit, you can make anything in this world. So that's my speech. And I'm glad you guys came out. Kind of like church today, but I'm excited about it. If any of y'all have any questions? Yeah, I'm plenty of questions. As long as you ask me how old I am, I'm okay with it.
Coach, I guess I have a passion for sports and been here for a long time, and after the last 10 years I had nothing to be happy about in terms of basketball per se. We're on the bottom. What is your plan to take us to the top, and how are you going to take us to the top? And we need to be at the top. We're at the bottom. We can't go no lower.
Well, college basketball has changed so much. You have the NIL. You don't get used to players. Like, it's hard to have a senior night now, because they only here for 1 year. Yeah. So it's really hard to get to know those players. And again, Coach Kevin Sampson says it best: if you don't want problems, don't bring them in. And after coaching my years of college basketball, I brought players into programs that, I had to counsel them. I'm called the player whisperer, the coach whisperer, where I take guys that struggle in other places and I give them counseling all the time and talk to them every day. And I want to coach a team that really, really want to be a part of something. And when you get 13 guys that want to be a part of it, like I said before, put the team first, want their success just as much as they want their own success, work hard, be on time, be attentive in practice, to where
You know what we're doing, everything. Because some teams that you coach, they only know the plays at the end of the year. I want you to know everything about the program, each team. And then we'll get a chance to compete. There's a lot of good coaches in this league. I follow the SWAC. When I left the SWAC, I followed the SWAC every year. I mean, I watched all the games that I could watch. I watched every score. I pulled up every box score because I'm a SWAC coach. I know I started in Indiana, but I love the SWAC. And, I watched the SWAC championship game. And I know the last 2 years, the team that won it, they didn't win the tournament. And so, but we want to play the best basketball that we can play in March. And you guys got to be really patient with us early because we're going to compete against those teams. Don't get me wrong. I beat Michigan State when I was at Texas Southern. I beat Kansas State when I was at Texas Southern. But the reason we beat them was because my speech to them was never get down about anything. Keep your head up. When your parents call you, your friends call you, whoever calls you, say, hey, get your head up, get your head up. Hey, basketball and anything like it is a mental thing. If it's 80%, it says 80% mental, right? So if it's 80% mental, we have to work on it. We have to work on your mental. And the majority of people don't ever have mental breakthrough days where they're working on their mental. And that's the part of it that you have to understand. When you go through these challenges, it's the reason you go through them. And that's my leadership as a coach to keep everybody head up. When we play Baylor, we're going to go at Baylor really hard. When we play this team, every game we play, we're going to be competitive. So there's never going to be a SWAC team that's going to have the same talent as a Baylor. There's never going to be a SWAC team that's going to have the same home crowd as a Kansas. And so we face the challenges in non-conference. Now what we have to do is take what we got in the non-conference and put it into our conference game and fight like crazy every single night, and everybody be on the same page. And I feel like when I was coaching at Texas Southern in SWAC, we lost 12 games. We went 1-12, whatever it is, and we go 16-2. We sit here over 500. Now we win 2 or 3 games in the conference tournament. We got a 20-win season. We got a 19-win season. And we also went to the first 4 and won a game. And I think my highest team I had in SWAC was 15 seeded. That's unheard of for a SWAC team. And unfortunately, the year that we was 15 seeded, when we beat Michigan State and we beat Kansas State and Auburn beat us on the last second shot, we had the unfortunate opportunity to play against Arizona, who was a 2 seed but probably should have been a 1 seed. So that's how you get your team back, and everybody buy in, get full cooperation. I mean, everybody in this room. Everybody has to be one heartbeat. The track team, football team, baseball team, every sport on this campus, all administration, we have to be one heartbeat. And when you one heartbeat, you're gonna pull for each other, and you're gonna want each other's success. I want track and I want football. I want baseball. I want volleyball. I want everybody to have success, and I feel proud about that. A quick story. You guys know who Dusty May is, right? He's the head basketball coach at Michigan. All right. Dusty May was my GA when I was the head coach at Indiana. And Dusty May used to drive me all over. We go from Bloomington, Indiana to Teaneck, New Jersey to Orlando, Florida, back up to Atlanta, back to Bloomington. And people used to always say, why are you driving like that? You the head coach of Indiana. And I said, you never know where God will put you. So when you get used to the luxury, sometimes you think it's yours. It's not yours. I need to work. And so Dusty used to take me everywhere. He used to sit in on all of my visits. And I remember people kind of like, man, who's this little guy you got with you? But I saw something in him. And when we played them one year, when he was the head coach at Florida Atlantic, and I spoke to his basketball team. He had me speak to his team. I told his team, hey, there's only going to be 5 teams. 5 teams. That's going to be real teams. Don't listen to your mama. Don't listen to your daddy. Don't listen to anybody when it comes to this basketball team, because no one knows what's going on. They for you. They want you to have success. And so when they beat Kansas State to go to the Final Four, right, his team FaceTimed me from the locker room thanking me for the speech I gave him, because they remember that. Now he's a national championship. And when he said, I saw in him what he didn't see in himself, and I said, no, that's wrong. He trusted me. to follow me and go with me everywhere I went. And now I know he can handle any situation because he was with me the whole time. And I'm so proud of him and what he's done in college basketball. But I want a team on the floor that you guys are proud of, both on and off the floor. I need everybody in this room to be together as a family. I know it's getting kind of hot in here. But any more questions? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Now we will have a brief address from our mayors that are in attendance. First, the mayor of Itta Bena, Ms. Mary Tice Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone. Coach Davis, Ms. Davis, welcome to Itta Bena. Welcome to Itta Bena. On behalf of the city of Itta Bena, I am Dr. Mary Tice Williams, the mayor, and we are so elated and we're so thankful to have you and your family come and be a part of not only Mississippi Valley State family, but also the Itta Bena family and all that you're going to bring to not only the university, but also to the city of Itta Bena. So welcome and thank you all for coming.
Now we have words from the mayor of Greenwood, Mr. Cox.
Good afternoon. My name is Kendrick Cox. I'm the mayor of the city of Greenwood. I sat there attentively about everything that you said, and three things that stuck out to me: your faith, family, and foundation. And those are the key words and the key principles for any city, any town, any school, any team. And we're so excited about having you because you come into a family. It's not just a school, this is a family who's so thirsty and so willing to have a winning program. Not just a winning season, not just a winning couple games or things that they're looking for a commitment to foundation and moving in the right direction. So we're excited about having you. You're a part of the Itta Bena family, but no, you have an extended family in the city of Greenwood. The doors are wide open, so feel free to reach out at any time. I'm here. You will see me in the bleachers from game to game. Definitely going to be with Mr. Dr. Briggs from time to time. So whenever you need me, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
I want to thank you for their remarks, and now we will have our closing remarks from our esteemed athletic director, Dr.
This has truly been a day. I'm going to pivot a little bit because I know we have our alumni pin. I want to get our lapel pin out for for Coach Davis. And I'm going to ask Coach Davis and I'm going to ask Mrs. Davis to join us because we know he can't do this by himself. And we know as much as he's the coach on the field, she's the coach in the background, driving everything. So we want both of you to join us as we close out. Thank you all for coming. This truly, truly is the day that the Lord has made. You hear me say that all the time because we have to rejoice and be glad in it, right? And when we look at the support that we have today, this says a lot about where we are going as a university and as an athletic department. And so we are so happy just to see the support that you have provided for us today. Now, it don't stop here. This is just that, an introduction. Now we got to see you here at the games, see you come into some of the practices and support all of our programs. We know we're started with men's basketball here today in terms of a press conference and a new coach, but we have 14 other programs that we definitely want you to always engage in. I talk about three pillars that we set for this department. We talk about winning, we talk about graduating, and we talk about transforming. And as the search committee went through the process, we had well over, I want to say over 60 candidates to apply for this position. And so for Coach to rise to the top, the committee stayed focused on those three areas: We know you know how to win, Coach. We also know he knows how to graduate. He had one of the highest APR scores in all of basketball. So we're very proud of that. But most importantly, he knows how to transform. And he has already talked about that. So we're looking forward to the wins, and we know they will come as you build your program. And we know you're committed to the classroom. Rains and I had to laugh. He was telling us his schedule, and he was sitting and he said, well, I need 2 academic advisors traveling with me. So we already know that he's committed to the academic part of what we do. But that last part, when we talk about building lives and building young lives and being examples, that's what we saw, and that's what we see the most, and that's what we're most excited about, Coach, and having you join our family. So, Dr. Briggs, I'm going to ask you and Ms. McInnes to come up and pin our new coach and welcome him officially to the Mississippi Valley State University, after which all of you will be able to engage with him, and please have some refreshments. Okay.
Oh, I gotta take care of
Awesome. Let's give a round of applause. Coach Davis and Mrs. Davis, you are officially a part of our Mississippi Valley family. Thank you all. We're going to ask you to come over here and we'll take a photo. We're going to take a photo. All right. 1, 2, 3. This way, please. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And this concludes our press conference. And again, you're welcome to refreshments, and please engage with the coach. Thank you.